What's cracking, you guys? Welcome to the Mango Grove. My name is Krisha, and this is today's Bitcoin analysis video. I want to start off by apologizing. I know that this video is super late. Unfortunately, I spend much of today trying to, nurse my sore throat back to life. So, in that vein, guys, I am going to be keeping this video as short as possible because, let's face it, part of me is scared that I'm actually just going to end up losing my voice in the middle. But, anywho. The agenda for today is right in front of you. As you can see, I got 3 points. The first point that we're going to be going over today, guys, is the 3 bull market signatures that I personally am looking at. I've been keeping track of these signatures. Every day I wake up in the morning, I'm taking notes based on these signatures. And so these are going to be essentially 3 ticks for me. Okay, they're going to be 3 ticks that's going to help me assess whether or not Bitcoin has finally reversed that big, bad bear market. Okay, are we now heading into a fresh new cycle? Okay, that's what these 3 bull market signatures is going to help me assess. So today we're going to be talking about that in relation to current prevailing price action. Has this new 20% candle warranted that shift in overall market momentum enough for us to actually get that reversal? Okay, so that's what we're going to be talking about today. In addition to that, I will also be giving you brand new volatility adjusted targets to the upside. Since Bitcoin has now sort of broken out of its range of volatility, guys, I have now adjusted the targets to the upside to account for this new information that we have in front of us. Okay, in addition to that, I understand that many of you guys are wondering, is Bitcoin going to see a pullback? Are we going to see a retest of maybe the Tenkin or the weekly 21 EMA? So we will be also going over that today. Speaking of the weekly 21, guys, this brings me to one of the housekeeping things. The 21 under 21 discount code is only going to be active for as long as Bitcoin remains underneath the 21 EMA. Now, it is still active, mind you, because this candle has not been confirmed just yet. We still have around 2 days left. But as soon as Bitcoin closes over the weekly 21 EMA, that code is going to be deactivated. So for those of you looking to jump into the seed program or any of the indicators, now is the time, okay? But make sure to use the code 21 under 21. All right, so we're going to start off with the 3 bull market signatures, okay? So for the first signature, guys, I'm going to ask you guys to get on over to your 4-day time frame, okay? Now, for those of you who have access to the Mango dynamic indicator, go ahead and pull up the dynamic indicator. Now, this is something that I have been talking about now for, weeks on end. This is the one indicator that I have been looking at to help me really check my biases, right? Are we swinging bullish? Are we swinging bearish? I've been using this indicator to keep me on the right side of the market. Okay, now this indicator, the Mango Dynamic on the 4-day, has worked extremely well in really helping us identify, well, is the music about to start playing or is the music about to end? So it works both ways. It will help you check your biases when things get as frothy as 60K. And it will also help you check your biases when things get as dire as 3K. Okay, 3K right here and 3K here as well. Now, what I'm looking for as far as the signature is concerned for on the 4-day time frame, I'm looking for price against the Mango dynamic indicator. Okay, you'll notice in that last bull market phase, ever since Bitcoin took out the Mango dynamic indicator here on April 18th, 2020, we were sitting at around 7.2K. Price essentially trended along the dynamic up until $60,000. Every move down to the dynamic was picked up by the bulls. It was met with support and then rallied to the upside. Right, so that came in from 7.5K, I believe 7.3K, all the way up to $60,000. The first time it lost the Mango dynamic was a sign. It was a sign telling you that, hey, perhaps it's time to start checking your biases. Perhaps it's time to start considering that the music is about to stop playing. What is your plan? And this essentially helps you really establish a plan for yourself. Start changing your mindset, because half of the game of trading and investing is understanding when is it time to shift your mindset. When is it time to change your mindset and check your biases? Okay, especially in these junctions of the market where things get extremely frothy and extremely exciting, and it's very hard to even look at the bearish aspect of things. Right, the dynamic there helps you really check yourself. Okay, this essentially marked the entire consolidation phase, and as soon as the bear market began, every test of the dynamic was met with resistance, except this one right here, which was a bull trap. But so far, every test, if you shorted any retest of the dynamic, you were met with a rewarding trade to the downside. Now, for the first time since that bull trap right there, we are seeing 2 consecutive candles over the 4-day dynamic. Okay, so this is the first criteria that I'm looking for. I want to see 2 consecutive 4-day candles close over the mango dynamic indicator. In addition to that, I also want to see the tempo going off. Okay, the tempo is essentially when the candle turns white. So for those of you who do not have access to the dynamic, please go ahead and note down this level. The dynamic support, guys, comes in at around 18.6K. Okay, $18,663 to be very, very exact. Of course, as we get more price action along the dynamic, I will be updating you guys on the levels. So as soon as we get this close over the 4-day dynamic, I'll know then that from the 3 ticks that we're looking for, 1, 2, and 3, we already have tick number 1. Okay, that's the first criteria that I'm looking for. The second criteria on that list, once again, hinges on the dynamic, but on the weekly time frame. Once again, I will be filling you in on these numbers, so you guys don't need to worry about that, okay? So now for those of you, once again, who have access, get on over to your dynamic, but now I want you to look at the Ichimoku calculation of it. Now, I want to bring this up specifically for those of you who are investors. You guys don't want to trade. You guys just want to know when is it time to get in, when is it time to get out. Okay, you do not want any trade management whatsoever. You just want to see, okay, I just want to catch the juice of the trade. I just want to catch the meat of the trade. When should I start looking at getting in? This is for you. So I have the Mango Dynamic Ichimoku set up right here, and I also want you guys to switch on your 55 simple moving average. Okay, not the exponential, the simple. Now, this is something that I'd gone over with you guys in one of my previous videos, but this is essentially the signature that I'm looking for. I'm going to get rid of all the other brush strokes for now. Okay, cool. So I have the dynamic in addition to the 55 simple moving average. Okay, now what we are looking for here as our second criteria is for price to take out both levels. Now the first level on the dynamic comes in at around 23,969. Now remember, this is for the investors. You're not looking to be too optimal with your entries. You just want to catch the juice of the trade. You want to catch the meat of the trade. Okay, so dynamic resistance comes in at around $24,000, round up 24. And the 55 EMA comes in at around 27.7K. Okay, so now we have a range to clear. As soon as Bitcoin starts living over this range, I'm saying get ready, the cycle has begun. From where price is at right now to the top of the range, we still have a good 33% more. Like I said, you're not going to get the optimal entry. What this is going to do is get you the meat of the overarching trend. Okay, when the bull market begins, you're going to be on the right side of that fence. Right, how has it fared in the past? Well, let's just zoom out. Let's go over this once again. Okay, I have done a dedicated video just on this, but this is essentially marked out every cycle very, very well. When we took out the dynamic in addition to the 55 EMA, a test of either or was met with resistance until we broke down to 3K. And that's why I look at both indicators, because one is going to prove to be a filter. Okay, it's going to keep you away from the chops. So that's why I'll be looking for price to take out both together. All right, so now we'll just go back in time to see how this is fared for investors. Remember, we're not looking to capitalize on, well, the optimal entries or the optimal exits. We're just here to capitalize on the meat of the move, okay? So we're essentially going to take it from when the trade triggers. Remember, we're looking for price to take out both levels, the dynamic as well as the 55 simple moving average, all the way to when we break it, okay? Let's be reasonable about these things. So we actually managed in the first run, in the first bull run, we actually managed to capture around 7,632% of that trade. I mean, that's great, right? That's great for those of you just looking to invest. You don't want any trade management. Now for the second bull run, as soon as we took out both indicators, notice we never lost it until this region right here. Okay, you captured around 2,000% of the move. Okay, you're not optimal on your entries or your exits, but you capitalize on 2,000% of that entire bull run. Okay, so now on this breakdown, yes, we took out the dynamic and the 55, the break back up, we got rejected on the 55, came down, we never managed to take out both levels together. Okay, once again, it was only on this move to the upside where we took out the 55 and the dynamic that marked the beginning of the trend. When we lost it right here, that marked the beginning of the COVID dump. Okay, when we took it out right here, this was 8.4K. People were super, super bearish. In fact, just getting on the right side of the trade, getting on the bullish side was so difficult because it was like the walking dead outside everywhere we went. right? So even trying to be bullish on your external environment was very difficult. However, if you followed it, it kept you on the right side of the trade and you managed to capitalize on much of the move. Okay, once again, when the bear market started, notice the filters, guys. And that's why when I look at indicators, especially ones where I use it to really invest as opposed to trade, okay, I'm just looking to capture the juice of the entire run. I usually look for filters to add to the indicator. So that 55 MA is going to prove to be a filter. Alrighty. So once again, I'll be looking for both levels to be taken out together. So I want to see price actually live over 27.8K for me to be like, okay, this is the time the next bull run has begun. Okay, time to get onto the other side of the fence. Alrighty, so this is the second criteria that I'm looking for. So far, we're still 33% away from actually getting there. Alrighty, now for the third criteria, okay, can be found on your monthly time frame. Now, this is something that Sean has brought up to your attention. All you got to do is switch on your oscillators. Okay, I'm going to get rid of all my lines for now, and I want you guys to focus on the Stokes. Now, every time Bitcoin has come down to the bearish control zone on the Stokes, you're looking at that overarching momentum. So one is that momentum driver and one is the moving average that plots the momentum. When you get the bullish cross between the two on the bearish control zone, that usually marks the beginning of a bull run. Okay, so far it's about understanding, do we have a cross? So let's go ahead and actually assess those numbers. So far, %K and %D are sitting on the same number at 5.26. So we have an intersection, but no confirmation just yet. What we want to see is the blue line over the red line. I'm going to get rid of my mango mom for now, okay? Okay, so but what does that really mean? Well, the blue line actually marks out the momentum of price action, of Bitcoin's price action. And the red line is actually a moving average of that momentum. Now, so far, Bitcoin has been breaking down, right? That momentum has been bearish, and that is abundantly clear just by looking at that crossover on the Stokes. We have the red over the blue. Okay, now that we're in the bearish control zone, we're just about getting that cross, telling us that, hey, momentum is actually now picking up compared to what it was in the prior months. Alrighty, so we want to see that cross, telling us that, okay, we're seeing a shift in momentum, and that is going to be also abundantly clear just by looking at price action. Alrighty, so we want to see that intersection, and when we get that intersection and that crossover, that is going to be my third criteria, marking out the next bull cycle. Okay, I will then be looking at all my three criterias, and I will be checking all three. So now with this wrapped up, we can move into immediate price action for Bitcoin, because I'm sure there's a lot going on right there, and what do you freaking know? It's crazy. So now here we are, Bitcoin on the 4-hour time frame. I know that many of you guys are looking for a pullback on price action, so let's go ahead and assess this chart. I first want to start off, of course, with the Mango dashboard, because if there's anything that's kept you on the right side of this move, it is the dashboard. Right? If I take you guys on over to the daily time frame, it actually gave us the bullish long trend signal 4.6 days ago. And back then, guys, volatility was a single digit blue number, telling us that volatility was super, super low. The ideal dashboard trade setup would be the trend being long, volatility being super low, and price sitting on support. That is your ideal setup. Okay, that is a high probability trade setup right there. Okay, and especially when you see the trend establishing itself, right on the 4-hour time frame, we're seeing this build up over the past couple of days now. We're seeing Bitcoin tick up ever so slightly, volatility mounting. It was building pressure, right, until the whistle blew off. But anywho, right now Bitcoin USDT on the daily is still long. Okay, however, volatility flashing 86. When you see these red numbers, it's telling you to be cautious. This is not the time to be jumping into a trade. Okay, how about on the lower time frames? I specifically want to get into the 4-hour time frame, because as things are sort of playing out right now, many of these coins that are trending, they are actually trending on your lower time frames. So we're talking about the 1-hour and the 4-hour time frame. Right now, Bitcoin is trending on the 4-hour time frame, believe it or not. So Bitcoin USDT currently long on the 4-hour. Okay, you got this reversal around 2.6 days ago. If you caught a trade on that, great, you're up by a good 17.87%. Volatility though, flashing 99. Okay. I mean, this could still tick up, okay, but the ideal sort of case for me is for volatility to tick back down, okay, me figure out, okay, what is the consolidation on the chart? Are we currently sitting on support? And then accordingly, I will position myself. So with this in our purview, let's get into the chart and see what price is up to there. Now, I told you guys that I have brand new volatility adjusted price targets for you guys. Right? If I take you guys back on over to the weekly, I actually want to first start with that because that will give us a good hinge as to where price is at relative to our key regions of resistance overhead. Are we at resistance or are we currently sitting above resistance? Now, mind you, I have adjusted it for this brand new 20% candle that just kicked in. So if I now go ahead and put on my brand new targets, let's get a drum roll, please, and boom. Okay, so these are the targets on my chart. First target, guys, comes in at around $20,733. For those of you who want to take note of these numbers, please go ahead and do so. Sorry, that's $20,754, not 33, $20,754. Okay, that's the first target. The second target to the upside, guys, comes in at around $22,944. From where price is at right now to 22.9K, that's another 10% to the upside. Now, guys, these targets are notwithstanding the measured move of this beautiful falling channel that we have now broken out of. Okay, what we are trying to establish here is whether or not we actually see a pullback. Right now, what the dashboard is alluding to when you're seeing volatility at 99, it's telling us that, hey, volatility is super high. There is a good chance of a potential pullback on the horizon. Okay, patience is key. You do not want to be, number one, jumping into a long position on resistance or jumping into a long position in the middle of a range, because handling either one of those two positions becomes a nightmare. You'll find that you'll end up being glued to your chart because every move against you is going to hurt. Okay, so make sure you're catching good trades at good regions of support. Great stuff. All right, so now let's get into our lower time frames where the trend is being established to see what price is doing against our key regions of, well, resistance. Right now, 20.7K, well, we did see almost 2 consecutive closes over it. This most recent candle actually closed underneath 20.7K. So far, this the most recent 4-hour candle is seeing a sell-off along that level. I'll say this, in the next 4-hour candle, if we manage to lose 20.7K, I'm saying we have a better chance of a much deeper pullback for price action. With this, we can go ahead and assess price action relative to, well, the Ichimoku cloud levels. We have, okay, so the cloud is still green, and this is what I mean. We're currently trending. In fact, we're not even trending on the 4-hour anymore. We're probably trending on the 1-hour time frame. Yeah. We're consolidating on the 1-hour time frame right now. So if price loses the 21 EMA, you can just look at the trend on the 1-hour time frame. We lose the 21 EMA. I'm saying we're coming back down to the Kijun at the very least. This Kijun comes in at around 19.5K. However, I think it's going to be a bit more nuanced than that, because if I take you guys on over to the daily time frame, any high or low on the daily time frame, I believe, is going to be the next bid opportunity. So as you can see right now, we actually have cloud support on the daily time frame. So we could see a retrace into cloud support right there. Okay, however, I want to go back into the 1-hour time frame because I actually managed to catch a pattern right there, which, if we break the 21 EMA, is going to be a potential M-like formation. Okay, this price action actually is looking very toppy here. It's looking very weak. However, momentum is still bullish, okay? So we have to give that the importance that it deserves. If price starts taking out this wick high right here at around 21.2K, I'm saying we start trending up one more time. Okay, so wait, look for that. So don't just tunnel vision on one side of the trade. Understand what happens and when it happens. The condition for the next bullish rally is if we start taking out 21.2K to the upside, essentially this wick high right here. I'm saying we start rallying to the upside. Okay, this trend continues all the way up to 22.9K, top of the range. All right. However, if we start breaking the 1-hour 21 EMA, that's when I'll be looking for this M-like formation to actually activate. I'm going to get rid of all my brush strokes for now just to sort of highlight that for you once again, okay? This is it right here. This is going to be the M-like formation. All right, so now let's take the measured move of the M, plot it on the break, and brilliant. This will take us all the way down to the 1-hour Kijun, which comes in at around 19.6K. If we break the Kijun, guys, okay, if we break the Kijun, then we can actually expect price to come down to this level right here, which is at the 19.1K reach. Now remember, where did this come from? This marked out the daily cloud support. Okay, what I personally am going to be gunning for is going to be the next higher low on the daily time frame. Okay, contingent, of course, the 1 hour trend breaking. So we look for the 1 hour trend to break, and then consequentially, oh man, Bitcoin's volatility has been so intense that it can actually retrace this entire thing down to this zone and still not take out the 21 EMA on the 4 hour time frame. So it's got a lot of buffer room to play with. From where price is at right now to, well, that zone, that's going to be a good, well, it's 7% to the downside. Okay, first stop, remember where we're getting that from. That is going to be the measured move of the M-like formation on the 1 hour time frame, which also lines up with the 1 hour Kijun. Okay, this bottom right here, which comes in at around 19.2K, that marks out cloud support on the daily time frame. Okay, in fact, we can bring that down just a tad bit. Okay, that is it right here. It's actually at $19,143. Okay, but another observation I'm making on the daily time frame, guys, is that the cloud, allow me to just get rid of everything, the cloud is now turned green. We have a weak bullish TK cross, and price is currently living over the cloud. Okay, so we're beginning to see this entire momentum on the daily time frame shift. When was the last time price actually lived over the daily cloud? Let's go ahead and check that one out. 21st November 2021, we were sitting at around $57,000. Price has not taken out the daily cloud since then. Okay, we're seeing a massive shift right here, guys. So cloud is turning green, as you can see. Price is living over the cloud. This has happened for the first time in a very, very long time. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled. For me, I personally am going to be keeping my eyes peeled on the next higher low on the daily time frame. I think that is going to be a great bid opportunity. You guys already know the levels that I'm looking at, okay? Once again, I'm looking at this entire zone here. Bottom of the daily cloud, which is cloud support, coming in at around 19.1K, and as well as the 1 hour Kijun coming in around 19.6K. That is going to be the range that I gun for. Now, honestly, guys, this is all I have for you for today. I know this was a bit heavy, but hey, the price action, I guess, warrants it, right? But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button because it goes a very, very long way for the channel. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I will see you in the next update. With this, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way. Ciao, you guys.